Hello and thanks for staying with us. This is the News Hour on MYBA TV. I am Omogbehinmi at Deji. Here are the stories making the headlines.
Are you looking for a perfect way to showcase your brand or events? At MYBA LED Screen, we provide high-quality indoor and outdoor LED display solutions that guarantee visibility and impact for churches, event centers, political campaigns, weddings, and so on. Let's take a look into it. In a world where visibility is everything, your message deserves to stand out.
Blurry screens, poor brightness, and low quality display can keep you far behind. At MYBA LED Screen, we deliver crystal clear visual, high brightness, and premium display solutions that capture attention instantly. Trusted by businesses, events, and brands that want to be seen. Call us today or WhatsApp us on these numbers.
Trump asked new UK Prime Minister to tackle illegal migration. Tinubu should tackle hunger, insecurity, not opponents. Article: Yoruba Group 6 Southwest Security Summit. Howie steps down as Newcastle head coach. Falcon knows what is at stake, says Oshoala. And now, the news in details. United States President Donald Trump has urged British Prime Minister Andy Bonham to tackle illegal migration, warning that the issue is killing the United Kingdom. Trump said Bonham would eventually have to address immigration despite initially avoiding the subject after taking office. Trump's remarks came hours after more than 500 migrants crossed the English Channel into Britain. According to Home Office, figures cited in the report point 172 people crossed the channel on Wednesday of Bonham's first week in office, followed by 366 on Thursday in 3 boats and another 103 on Friday. The US president said the British leader had a big job ahead of him. According to reports, efforts to strengthen UK-US relations will continue behind the scenes, while Bonham has maintained Britain's policy of allowing US forces to use British military bases for what the government described as defensive strikes linked to the conflict involving Iran. Now, in another story, Tinubu should tackle hunger, insecurity, not opponents. Atiku Abubakar has launched a scathing attack on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, urging him to abandon what he described as political grandstanding and focus instead on addressing Nigeria's worsening economic and security challenges. Reacting to the president's Tuesday declaration that he was prepared to wrestle his opponents to finish, Atiku said the president's remarks betrayed the desperation of a leader struggling under the weight of his administration's failure. In a statement issued on Wednesday by his senior special assistant on public communication, Frank Shuaibu, the former vice president described Tinubu as a drowning man, according to distract Nigerians from what he called an abysmal record in office. Rather than threatening political opponents, Atiku said the president should channel his energy towards tackling inflation, food insecurity, unemployment insecurity, and the country's economic decline. He urged Tinubu to spend the remainder of his tenure confronting the country's pressing challenges rather than engaging in what he described as unnecessary political battles. Moving on, Yoruba Group 6 Southwest Security Summit. Prominent Yoruba leaders and professionals under the umbrella of the Omogbehinmi collective, including former senator and ex-presidential aide Babafemi Ojoto, have called for the immediate convening of an emergency Southwest Security Summit, warning that the escalating wave of kidnappings, violent attacks, and criminal activities across the region poses an essential threat to Yoruba land. The call was contained in an open letter titled, "Yoruba land must not be silent. Insecurity, civic responsibility, and the imperative of collective action," signed by group members. According to the letters, kidnappings, violent attacks, the criminal occupation of forests, and assaults on travelers have become increasingly common across the Southwest, forcing farmers off their lands, disrupting businesses and education, and leaving many communities living in fear. According to the group, the summit should develop practical strategies for regional security cooperation, strengthen intelligence sharing, improve collaboration with security agencies, and promote sustained civic engagement on public safety. The group added that governors and lawmakers should ensure that resolutions reached at the proposed summit are translated into enforceable laws and effectively implemented. And now to sport. Awi steps down as Newcastle head coach. Newcastle manager Eddie Awi is set to leave the club with immediate effect. According to the Sport from BBC Sport on Thursday, the decision follows discussions between Awi and the club's hierarchy, with sources indicating that the 48-year-old had been considering his future at St. James's Park in recent weeks. Awi came under pressure last season after Newcastle endured a difficult Premier League campaign, finishing 12th, losing 17 of their 38 league games. His final game in charge was a disappointing 4-1 defeat to Bristol City in a pre-season friendly on Wednesday. Sources close to the situation have suggested that Awi was surprised by Newcastle's transfer activity this summer. Moving on, still on sport. Falcons know what is at stake, says Oshoala. Super Falcons forward Azizat Oshoala has urged Nigerians to continue supporting the team as they seek to recover from their shock opening defeat to Malawi at the 2026 Women African Cup of Nations in Morocco. Tournament debutant Malawi announced their arrival in stunning fashion on Tuesday, beating 10-time champions Nigeria 3-2 in a thrilling Group C encounter in Rabat. The Chawinga sisters, Tenwa and Tabita, combined to inflict a memorable defeat on the Falcons, with Tenwa scoring twice in a performance that exposed the vulnerabilities of Africa's most successful women's national team. Ahead of the Falcons' remaining 2 group matches, the 31-year-old believes that there is still enough time for the team to respond. Oshoala, a 6-time winner of the CAF Women's Player of the Year award and one of the biggest figures in African women's football, admitted that the traditional gap between Nigeria and the rest of the continent is narrowing. The Super Falcons are currently 3rd in Group C without a point, and will face group leader Zambia on Saturday before concluding their group game campaign against Egypt. Nigeria must win both matches to guarantee qualifications for the quarterfinals before attempting to secure a place in the last 4, which would also end the team qualification for the 2027 FIFA Women World Cup in Brazil. There comes the end of the news hour on MYBA TV. I am Omogbehinmi at Deji. Thanks for staying with us. Kindly follow us on all our social media platforms at MYBA TV. Bye for now.
MYBA TV, Bridget Bagabs.